Okay, just to take over from the end of Operation 1, we simulated the whole thing, and this is about what we're left with. Something we can do is we can save this as material for the next operation. So right here, I right-click while Simulate is still up there, and go to Stock, and then do Save Stock. It's actually going to save it as an STL file. This is actually a previous one, so I'm going to do 7M, oops, 7M, ARP1. Let's save this. Right? So now we get to Operation 2. Oop, I closed this by mistake. Hold on. Operation 2, we can do the setup a couple different ways. One would be to make some material that kind of looks like it. And in this case, we did Edit, Stock, and do From Solid. So what we did is we imported that model that we just made. And that would be under Bodies, and it says Mesh. Mesh right here. So this is actually simulating the stock. So if I turn the mesh on, this is the mesh. This is what that simulation made. I'm going to turn this off, and this now becomes our material for second operation. And notice that we also drilled through, so we had to drill deeper on this operation right here. If I go back to Operation 1, the drilling operation, we're going to drill through to give us access. So how do we do that? We're going to go deep drilling, but on the heights we're going to go stock bottom, and we're going to go break through an additional 50,000. So we make sure, if you look at the pop-up window here, that we're breaking through, to ensure that we got a nice through hole. All right. That's Operation 1. I'll close this up. Go to Operation 2. This is now this new material is our stock for Operation 2. You can actually see the through holes there. And I'm actually going to turn this one off. Turn that off. We'll just squeeze some of these up to give us some more room. And I'm just going to regenerate this particular one. All right, so that's all updated. So Operation 2 is going to be using the fixture, I'm sorry, right here. That's our fixture that's underneath there. Notice the fixture, and we're going to be gripping from the inside. We're going to machine this away. All right, I'm going to shut the fixture off. So in this case, edit, setup 2. We're going to align to this corner right here. So go back to this one. So how we have to do that, we're not doing model box point or stock box point. We're going to go to selected point. And what I did, let me try to use a different hole, like over here. We do selected, and you hit sketch, and you just try to find like that one there, or this one here. Of course, it's, we flip this upside down. Okay, that's correct. So we're going to use this location right here. That's going to be our XYZ, which would be the top of the finished part, Z, and XY would be the center of this hole, which will be lined up with our fixture. So we shut the body off, right? We're lined up with that hole. All right, and then it says right here G55Z0 equals plus 750 from top of fixture. This being the top of the fixture, and we're going to find this surface and we're going to shift it up to here, which will be the finished part. Okay, which will be here. So if I were to measure from here to here, 750 right there. That's what we're trying to machine it to. All right, we got a couple of problems in this area. One is we have a lot of material right here. There's still a big chunk of material. You could face mill it off, but this may actually try to peel up and it might actually pull the part off. So we're going to do the same thing we did in the 4M exercise. We're going to contour machine off this. So in this case, we're going to pull up tool 2 from the first side. And the geometry we're going to pick is the biggest side right here. And I'm going to use stock top because this has a lot of thick material, and the model top is going to be our finish line, which is right at the top here. And we're going to just add an additional negative 0.02. Let me just move my picture out of the way here. Okay. Or maybe down here. How about that? Okay. And we could do it a couple of different ways. One would be like adaptive machining, but I'm just going to use contour. And I'm going to go to passive. So we're going to do, let me squeeze this up, stock to leave. So we're not going to finish. We're just trying to knock that extra material off. So we're going to go axial, which is this way, 0, and radial, which is this way. We're going to go 0.025. So we're close, but not really to the end. And then we're going to add roughing passes, which is going to be additional cuts here. And we'll put it in 125. So you could do a number of step overs, like if I added 3, hit OK. Now you get 3 cuts. So if you add, you can actually rough going in this direction. But I don't think we really need to do that. We're trying to get this big chunk of material off. So let's go back to roughing passes right here, and we're just going to use 1, sorry, not 31, and put 0.125. That would be probably a pretty good start. Then we're going to go to our traditional face milling, because this will be gone, and we could finish mill that. And now we're going to use 2D adaptive on this next operation here. So 2D adaptive, slightly different than 3D. We're actually missing this area right here. I did the 3D and it would work, but we just want to control the area. So 2D adaptive is up here. 2D adaptive clearing, excuse me. And you have to pick geometry when you use this. So let me cancel out of this because I added an operation. I'm going to go back in and edit this one. All right, so notice I picked this chain right here, right there. I picked this floor. And now I'm going to go model top and use my bottom height as selected contour. And I'm going to add in my stock to leave 20 thousandths from the side and 20 thousandths from the bottom. Using optimal load of 150 and leave all these alone. Right. So notice it's cutting the outside and we're trying to actually rough all this area in here. And the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to copy the contouring operation from operation 1, which is really the same. The one that did this side is now going to do this side. So in order to do that, you just want to duplicate the operation that did that side right here. Let me shut this one off. right, not that one, this one right here. And copy that down here. So I'm going to turn on operation 2 again. Shrink this up. We got contour, and then we just do the 2 chamfering operations from the first side, which would be chamfer up the top of this and chamfer these small holes. And then we'll do the heavy chamfer on this surface here. And that'll be the end. So you just need to copy these 2 operations. 2D adaptive would be something new. So it's a lot like 3D adaptive, or you have to select specifically what you're trying to machine. 3D kind of looks at the whole project, but 2D will do a good job of that. And this would be our fixture, you know. So we turn this off, and we go back to operation 2, and then shut this off, turn that on, turn that off. Okay. So there's our fixture, and then we're going to have these Mighty Bite clamps. So these clamps are expandable. So when we turn the material on, we can do that. So this is definitely more advanced, so a little more thought involved on this one. And actually pretty good work holding. So that will be a 7M operation 2. Okay, talk to you later.